Hello, Dragon God tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play some more Dragon Quest III as we potentially wrap up our series. We're still trying to kill this guy in a reasonable time frame so we can actually get some of our wishes. So I did some leveling up between episodes, a fair bit, although I don't know exactly how much difference it makes. I think the strategy might be more important than the levels at this point, although I'm going to talk about it a little bit before we start the fight. So first off, I'm planning on having BlueAnkylo do the Sage's Stone every turn, while Holly and Daubry cast Blazemost. Now, leveling up doesn't make Blazemost any stronger, but leveling up does give us more total HP, which gives us better chances to weather a couple different attacks, and just keep doing healing. And it gives, Daubry and Holly can chip in for healing if we need, but we've got to keep the damage output high if we're going to kill them in a short enough turns. Now, just to talk about the party, there was probably little to no reason to level Fella up much past 45. He gains levels quicker than pretty much anyone else, maybe about tied with me, although I've got like an extra 100,000 experience for one level, so we're about the same for total stat gains. The Sages level up considerably slower. They're 10 levels lower for the same XP. Anyway, Fella has got very few to little on stat ups when he levels up past about 45. Definitely past 50. So 50 to 60 gave him, plus 1 or 2 per stat if he's lucky. A lot of level ups just were 0. I was expecting him to cap out his agility ages ago, but it just stopped growing, for instance. So anyway, he's really strong, but I think he'd be stronger if you got into level 45 or so, and then either changed him to Sage or changed him to basically something that can equip something with breath and magic protection, because he would do much better with even just a water dress, assuming he can wear them, or some sort of armor that protects him from elemental damage, basically. Blue, he gained stats a little bit longer than Fella. I think maybe all the way to level 50 or so he was gaining good stats. Unfortunately, he can't reclass, so this is about as good as it gets. He could keep leveling up, and he'd get a little bit here and there. But we got him to max out strength and nearly max out stamina, so we're nearly as high HP and strength as you can get a hero. And his agility isn't bad, and I have given him a fair number of seeds for a variety of bonuses, but I forget, exactly how many. And then Daubry and Holly, the reason I level grinded so much is that they kept getting good levels up, and they still are, even at 51, higher than the boys. So I'm expecting maybe up to level 55, maybe up to 60. The Sages will keep getting good growth, so you can see like their totals are way higher. They've, Holly's agility isn't quite that high because it's doubled, but they're both statistically considerably stronger than my other two characters, just because they had 20 levels of a first class and then 50 levels of a much higher stat growth at the late game kind of thing. So anyway, the only thing they're missing out on is some stamina and HP. Like for their actual build would be more agility, stamina, I guess. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for the grinding. My overall equipment setup, like I said, it hasn't changed a lot between episodes. We're going to do kind of the same thing. Unfortunately, I did use 2 Yggdrasil leaves last time, which means we can't use that anymore. That strategy's gone. You only get like 2 in chests and 1 replenishable if you run out. So that's pretty much it. What was I gonna say? Oh, specifically, right. Holly is using the Starry Ring for double agility, so she can go quickly. That is she's our backup healer, essentially, with that. Daubry actually ended up getting this luck shoes, which gave, I think, plus 50 luck, which is quite a lot, and I ended up giving that to Fella as well. My logic for that is it's less chance of them being put to sleep, which is really nasty if you're in the middle of the fight. And then Blue should have lower sleep odds thanks to Ortega's helmet, and reasonably good luck as well. So, anyway, that's enough chit-chat. Let's get this started again. So we'll get a wish if we can beat him in, I believe it's 35 turns. And last time it took 50-something? I don't know. It wasn't good. So the question is, there's a couple questions about whether or not we're going to do any buffing, because he dispels them so often. I think having Fella as a level 50 Sage now would actually be quite useful, because we'd have triple the buff speed. We could go increase barrier in a single turn, and then he could cast Blaze Most. But I wasn't really willing to do an entire set of reclassing and grinding up again. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a whole lot he can do. I mean, we can attack on turn 1, I guess. I think, at the very least, we're going to start with 1 barrier and 1 defense up. Although, I'm not sure how much I'm going to I'm not sure exactly how many times we're going to recast that. So his first turn, he didn't really do anything, which is kind of nice. But I think, you know, probably the best damage output is just to start spamming Blaze Most on this guy. I know we can buy kill, which isn't terrible, but, you know, blue might have been smarter to just use the Sage's Stone this time. And I would have used it after the Dragon Breath, basically, right? So it would have been... we would be in safer position next turn if I had healed there. It's actually a good reason to have, you know, a 255 agility healer and a 100 agility healer who goes after the boss, just to spread out the heals. And then you've got, you know, you've got Daubry and Holly who've got, you know, more heal S's if needed. They can use the Sage's Stone for, like, they can spend MP to do it, basically. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I haven't tested this plan out or anything. I think, especially because of how much damage Fella takes, I really do think switching him to a different class would have been the better play, but I feel like we've kind of gone with a canonical one class change. Everyone's kind of stuck to their personalities or their class style. But it, you know, I'm just saying, like, if you're min-maxing for the super boss, and especially if we have to kill him in 15 turns, it might be better to do it that way. I don't know. It's like, for instance, on this round, I don't know if it's worth it to heal again. I think if he dispels, I think I spend 1 turn getting some defense up and some barrier up. Because Nap does a lot of damage. Now, less damage thanks to all of our level grinding. And I'm just not certain that without barrier and increase we can actually heal it up every turn. Even with double Sage's Stone, I have a feeling... because sometimes he gets like 3 attacks in a row. And if he just does his really strong breaths and stuff, without barrier, people are dead. And you can't afford dying. Like, as much as we're rushed in terms of turns, it would be far worse if we're stuck reviving people as well as healing them. I have a feeling the strategy to kill him quickly is actually 3 Sages. Just spamming Explode, or spamming Blaze Most. But yeah, that Nap doing around 100 damage is around 1 Sage's Stone. So as long as he only does like 2 AoE attacks like that, then I think we're pretty secure. But if he starts spamming 3 in a row, that gets a little weird. And I don't know how often he gets 3 attacks, but he certainly does sometimes. And then there's always the chance of just bad luck where, you know, we heal before his attack, he attacks 3 times, and then he attacks next turn before we get a chance to heal, and then we're just dead. Like, theoretically, worst case scenario, he could get like 5 or 6 attacks in a row. It's pretty unlikely, but, you know, that would be probably the death of someone. Especially if he opens it with a Dispel, and then we, you know, Fella, we taking like 150 damage per breath. So I think blue attacking when nothing else is going on is okay, because he does, even without buy kill or sap, like, we've basically maxed out my strength, and the King Sword is the strongest weapon in the game, so 100 damage does help speed this up, theoretically. So far, I think we've been really, really successful, so... Oh, there's his Dispel. I also think, like, I'm fairly confident we're going to be able to kill him in 35 turns. I'm more worried about... Did I... sorry, I can't remember if I double Sage Stoned like I meant to. I'm more concerned about whether or not we can... I think... Did he Dispel that turn? I think I meant to buff. I'm more concerned with whether or not we can do him in 25 or 15 turns, which is the second and third wishes. See, yeah, he got an attack in... If he had done 2 or 3 attacks that turn, we would have been in big trouble. Because Fella didn't do... We didn't get a chance to heal before he went, right? And I'm still not 100% sure on if I should be spending turns barrier or anything. And I think the truth is, if Fella was a new sage that had those spells, or at least a cleric, I could have him either using the Sage's Stone or casting the defense spells while Daubry and Holly spam Blaze most every single round, rather than... Because there's been times where Fella didn't really need to heal, and it would have been smart to get him, you know, buffing us up, basically. Even putting by-kill on blue for when I have nothing to do so I can attack better. Anyway, I think we're going to get it this turn. This time around, I'm pretty sure we've got him in a good number of turns. This has been going really well. The question is just exactly how many turns. If we're anywhere close to 25, I think I'll be able to get 2 wishes. But I don't know how the heck you get it down to 15. Now, I know we just get 1 wish at a time. We'll have to fight him again, but... It's possible after 1 wish we will be stronger, though. Like, we might be able to do some things that make us stronger for the next round. Besides just level grinding. There is a way to also grind out... This is with no defense up, right? I took an awful lot of damage there. There's a way to grind up seeds, so if you really want to max out your agility... pretty much any seed, there's an enemy you can fight that will drop a specific seed eventually. But, again, that's a lot of grinding. I should look up how much he regenerates every turn. If he regenerates... Like, the more he regenerates, the more incentivized I am to not dispel, or not, even Blue fell asleep. The more incentivized I am to just never buff up and just blaze most every turn. Because every turn sort of increases his HP by 100 or 200 or something, right? Like, I don't think he could regenerate 200 per turn. We never would have killed him last time, but... This is gonna stack up pretty bad. If Blue... Yeah, okay, if I was gonna say, if Blue didn't wake up that round, we were in big trouble. I'm really hoping that we get some heals off quickly here. This is not good. He went first. And immediately killed Daubry. That's the trouble I was... Well, I don't think it even would have mattered. Nobody could have healed Daubry because the boss went first, so... Okay, so... Now we're in a little bit of a bind. Because I still want to keep dishing out damage. I don't want Holly to cast... Revive. It'd be really nice if the boss died right now, because this is gonna cause problems. Ah, shucks. I mean, I have the old heal us all here, but we need Daubry up, and I need... I don't know, it might be better to just deal damage, or to heal up at this point, I don't know. We've basically been screwed. I got put to sleep before I could do anything. So now he's going to get a bunch of turns of reviving, or a bunch of regenerating and stuff. Like, we were doing real good. I wonder how low his HP got there until he got... I feel like we just got a bad round if he got a bunch of attacks in a row. And now it's going real bad. Real bad. And I'm like, this is like 3 or 4 turns in a row of just trying to get healed up. And Holly is asleep, so that means even now that we're back to attack, we're still down a damage dealer. He's probably had like 2 or 3 turns to just... Yeah, this is not good. Not good. So there could unfortunately still be a fair amount of random luck in this working or not. Like, my strategy here to kill him in quicker turns. It kind of comes down to whether or not he gets lucky sleep spells, or sleep roar, whatever he calls it. Because if he just keeps putting people to sleep, it takes a turn to wake them up, so... we would lose out on at least one attack, or at least 2 attacks, basically. I mean, and I could level up more. You know, we could always reclass and start from level 1 and gain a whole bunch of extra stats. Daubry and Holly will keep their spells, so it's not like we're going to lose those. We could max out our defense and... Hey, we killed him. Okay. Well, that must have been better than last time. Overall faster. Hey, 25 turns. Okay, because that didn't go perfectly. We definitely wasted a couple turns. That was much... I actually thought we would be over 30 by then. So, I'm pretty confident then we can do 2 wishes with my current strategy without having to reclass anybody. I don't know how the heck you get it to 15. But, anyway. That was an incredible fight. I'll grant you a wish, but only one. So, there's 3 choices. One sounds really interesting for the story. One might make this next battle easier, and one sounds kind of pointless. So we're going to go with the Pachisi track first. Believe it or not, we're going to do this first. Hopefully get some new equipment, and then we're going to fight the boss again and try to kill him in under 25 turns. And then we'll see the actual ending, you know, the final little tidbit. I mean, that's the spoiler alert right there, but yeah, let's see if that works. And honestly, if all it is one final challenge to kill him in under 15 turns to get the naughty book, which is, it just turns you into lewd if you're a male or sexy if you're female. Which isn't, I mean, it's nice, it's a good personality, but, like, you're already done the game at this point. I don't know, what more leveling do you need? So anyway, for now, the final Pachisi board in Zipangu. Now go. Have fun and enjoy yourself. So yeah, next time we want to fight him, we have to kill him even quicker. Although, we did make it in 25 turns. I think that counts. It might be under 25, like, we might have been 1 turn shy, but we were awfully close. So, good work. Now, I noticed here, Holly almost ran out of MP. Can't see it on that screen, of course. There we go, that screen. We only had, like, 2 more Blaze Moths out of Holly. Now, part of that was because she ended up spending some turns casting Revive. Yeah, I'm pretty confident that if I tried it again, I could probably get it under... in 25 turns again, or 24 if we're lucky. Especially if we can get some new stuff. Maybe a couple more level ups for the sages, you know. Okay, so for today's episode, before we wrap things up, looks like we might have one more tomorrow after I finish all the Pachisi farming. But let's go have a look at the actually final Pachisi board. I'm probably going to have a fair bit of fun on my own time, just gathering up all the special super endgame items. So if you were wondering why there was never any, this is one of those weird wells that didn't have any actual items in it, and kind of looked like there should have been a hidden Pachisi ticket or mini-medal. Well, it's because it's actually the secret location of the 5th board. And if I remember correctly from my research, just by default, even before we do the board, there's actually some good stuff to get just laying around. Maybe not on this floor. Alright. Bella suggests there's no chests on this floor. Okay. But eventually. So, this is a really long board. I'm not sure how many branches there are, but it's certainly long. And there's lots of treasures to try to gather up. The good news is with the gold pass for 100 mini-medals, you can try it as many times as you want. But it is a significant time investment. And is this the floor? 2 chests on this floor, okay. Alright, just up at the top here, easy. Gale bandana, so that's agility and some personality, doesn't matter much. Life ring, regeneration. It's handy for dungeons, but, you know, we're pretty much done that. Oh, my name is Himiko. Why am I here, you ask? Well, I'm not really sure. The last thing I can remember was Orochi trying to swallow me. There you go, guys. Himaki is also resurrected. Very nice of the Grand Dragon to resurrect. Was there no more stairs up? I thought there was one more good item in here. I thought, was there... There must be one... Maybe there's no more... Maybe this is it. Maybe we have to fall down a trap door to get to... Oh, that would be weird. I mean, I've just sort of glanced at the guides. I haven't, like, proofread the whole thing. This is where we came in, right? No, this is where we came in. This is fine. So there's just one entrance. Just checking for, like, if there's another staircase somewhere that we missed. U-turns. I don't even know what those are going to do. I don't think we've ever had a Pachisi board with U-turns before. Okay, stairs up. First king of Pachisi. We see him everywhere. He was a great man. Man of stature and aplomb. All right. Anyway, enough from wandering around. Probably time to just get this started, right? I must be misunderstanding because I was under the impression that there was an item that was really good hidden. Maybe it's after we beat the game. There'll be a random tile we can search in the area after that or something. Anyway, yeah, let's get started. Sorry about all this. Just trying to be thorough, you know. Welcome, travelers. It will not cost you anything. You have a gold pass. Right this way, sir. You've got 70 turns. So we're only going to show this on camera once, unless I fall down a pit immediately. But yeah, this is going to be... I don't know how long it's going to take me to actually get everything. Probably if I do a lot of cheating, it won't take so long, but... You know, we're going to get a lot of random, easy battles that aren't going to make much difference. But let's see if we get really lucky on our first run. A secret path? Yeah, well, that's great. Okay, like I said, that's not going to count if we fall down immediately. Now you know why I save before I do all these early on in the game. No, that happened to us the very first time, I think, when we started the first Pachisi board. And immediately electrocuted for a bunch of damage. And, okay, so this is why I hopefully did not bring the flamerang. Alright. I can use stuff like Boom, I guess. I'll run out of MP. It doesn't even work on half the stuff. This, unfortunately, is a lot of what slows down the, This is what really slows down the Pachisi board minigame, because you spend so much time fighting these random tiles that, like, there's nothing. You don't get anything out of it. 500 experience is nothing. Alright, here we go. Nice big roll. What do we get? Another mountain. Now, part of the problem here is I forgot to bring the flamerang on blue. And if I had the flamerang, well, I'd be killing them faster. Alright. I'm just going to hold down super speed because this is one of those... If I don't know if I'll have enough time. This will be an hour-long episode we'll never finish. Okay, please don't give me anything terrible. Everything shall be as you want it to be. Next turn, you control the dice. Oh, that's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's a chest in 6 squares. Or, well, no, but... Actually, don't see that. That's a very rare result, I find, out of the, This Pachisi board may be the worst one yet. Alright. I just want to show you guys a little bit further into it than the first, like, 5 steps, and then get kicked out every time. Gee whiz. What a rude board. Oh, wait, not the flamerang. I actually... Because of how this actually works, I should just give myself the Wrecking Flail. Which is technically stronger than the King Sword anyway. And I guess that's the actual max damage you can get for a single hit, is 390. Well, no, because I could also equip something like... I won't actually equip this because it would lose me my death protection from... You know, essentially when we find mimics that cast snub or whatever they call it. Insta-death. Where's my hero ring? There we go. So I could get my attack power to 405, and then I think if you use by-kill, it'll put it at 810. I think that's the maximum. As far as I can tell, that's probably about as high as you can get it. Seeing as we got the stat cap. Alright, let's just see if we get lucky. A life nut. Well, that'll give me some HP, I guess, later. Why don't you rest? All signs of evil have vanished. I guess I should have healed up, technically. Whoa, that's a super good treasure. Look at that, guys. You got to see it here. A free wrecking flail. So now we have 2 of the best weapons in the game that anyone can use. I don't know if it's going to help with the Dragon God, but yeah, I could use 4 of those so everyone has the best weapon in the game. I mean, against some pathetic anteaters, we're going to just smash them, so. At least random battles won't be quite so slow. But you can see why I like to check the squares, right? Like, sure, a lot of times you waste time on battles, but you also get some of the best equipment. Although, if the odds of getting a drop-down... Like, I have never seen so many trapdoors before in a Pachisi game. I've never done the 5th board ever. Like I said, you know, a couple episodes ago, I've never actually done the bonus content here. Maybe we really shouldn't be checking random tiles? If like, they've got a 50-50 chance of just dropping you down. Like, I mean, I don't know how often it is. In the past, I used to search those tiles all the time and almost never saw them. But maybe things are different on this board. Or maybe there's just certain tiles that are, like, always trapped. Like, this was the one before, was it? No, see, I think it's just a random, like, there's a bunch of possible rewards depending on what map you're on. And maybe we just got really bad luck there a couple times in a row. Misery helmet, cursed, not what I want. I guess I could put a save down before I check a tile, just because I don't want to have to restart this entire dungeon. I don't like doing a whole lot of save scumming mid, you know, mid Pachisi board, but especially for you guys, I'll never be able to finish this thing, or at least show you the majority of it on camera, if I keep falling down traps every turn. Now these can drop you out of the maze too, actually. Great, -3 stamina. I mean, I don't know if that'll affect my total HP, but that's still pretty brutal. So I'll be cheesy just in case I get dropped down, basically. I have no idea where we're going now with the teleporter. We're going forward. No, we went backwards. That's less good. Alright. I'm just going to put a save down every so often because I don't think we're ever going to get through this Pachisi board without some saves coming. At least not on camera. Like, if you have time to do it 20 times in a row off camera, then you'll be fine, but... Lose HP! 6 points! Down. That's great. I'm just... It always takes us back. Okay, that's great. Let's not do that. Surely I can get a different number eventually. There we go. We're past the terrible teleporter. New record. Let's save it again. It's just... Let's be honest here, guys. We're never going to finish this if I... You're never going to see the end if I don't do some saves. Tube socks. They don't do anything, I don't think. Hey, we got treasure, luckily. Cursed axe. Perhaps an option to change Fella into a fighter, because then he could equip those and get a lot of crits. Those are heals. That's nice. Strength seeds are always nice. I'm just going to put a bunch of saves down. I'm not going to, like, cheat for, like, anything ridiculous. I just don't... I mean, you understand, hopefully. If you want to see this, I don't know how lucky you got to be to do it. So we have to... We can't go left. So the stairways to our left, that's from coming down from a different direction. Because we're not allowed to change... We don't get to choose directions, is what I'm trying to say. We can only go this way. Alright, luckily that wasn't a land on a specific tile type of stairs. Sometimes they are. So this time we get a choice. Let me... Oh, we've already rolled. I can't... I was going to look at the map, but I should have done that ahead. Well, at least we get the pot, right? Free wizard ring. I do use a fair number of those prepping for the dragon fights. I don't think I broke any this time, but whenever I'm prepping for the Dragon God fight, I like to Wizard Ring up to max. Oh, you know, let's, before we go... So my current path leads to the center. So I think the goal is to land on that teleporter in the middle. Right there in the middle. And it looks like the left route had more trapdoors. 3 of them at the very least. And the right... Looks like the right route was the right option in terms of trapdoors. And there's nothing special on the left side. There's no shops or anything. So I don't know why you would take that left path. Unless you really want, like, the pot or the cabinet. Alright. I think that was the right choice, going the way we went. Silver Rosary is just a personality. Well, look at that! That's what you get for searching a tile, guys. But it doesn't always do that. That's the crazy part. It's just bad luck. Look, I also can't stand... This is... Okay, maybe I figured out what's wrong with this side. It's not so much that there's, trapdoors. There's just a whole bunch of backwards arrows. So if you get stuck, you just keep getting pushed backwards and wasting your, like that. You just keep getting pushed backwards. Yeah, that's actually a bit of a problem. Because you only get so many turns, and if you never get past them, then... No. Alright, so from here, we can't go left or right. We have to... The left side has all the trapdoors again. That's great. I don't know how many floors worth of, Pachisi board there is, so... A power belt? I don't know if I don't think I've had any of those before. Alright, we're gonna do one little trick here that I don't like to do a whole lot, but, just like a strength seed, you can guarantee your result if you really want to bother. I'm only doing this so you guys can see the end of... Yeah, I want to show you the end of the dungeon so you can see the bonus prize. And I'll clear out the rest of the stuff off camera, kind of thing. Okay. I mean, that might be a very important chest there, but whatever. We're not gonna... If I get it, we get it. If I don't, we don't. We don't. Another wizard ring. In case you're wondering, the, oh, this might... Is this a new floor? I don't think we've ever been to this one before. Yeah, this is definitely a new floor. Still not the end. I don't think I've ever... if I haven't mentioned it, pots and cabinets and stuff, they're a one-time only. They're just like a treasure chest. They only open once. If you come back and do the game again, they're not available, basically. They'll just be empty. As you'd expect. But in case you're wondering, on the Pachisi board, it counts the same. Okay, we could go to that. It's an exclamation point either way. Stamina, 1 up. Yay, I lost a bunch earlier and then I got 1 back. I really should have looked at the map better, because I do not remember where we're going here. Well, I found a staircase one way or the other, so that's kind of the goal, I guess. Oh boy, is this it? That's the goal. 2 treasures, a couple teleporters. I guess there's kind of a bonus ring there in the middle, and a shop. Oh man, there's a lot. Like, this is just such a huge dungeon. I'm gonna have to spend an awful long time. It's gonna take a while between episodes, even with some of this. So that's a guaranteed fallback. It doesn't send you off the map, though. It just wastes a whole bunch of turns. I don't think we're gonna do that. Let's see how hard it is to thread the needle here. Man is man. I am myself, yet I'm also man. Fella took Blue's place. Oh, maybe Fella can get the last prize. He doesn't even have a weapon. And he immediately got electrocuted. You know what, Fella? You can do it. It's up to you. You found a secret path! You know what? You didn't find a secret path. It's fine. Ooh, that's a fairly tough group. And he doesn't have... He's almost dead. Doesn't have any weapons. Good thing he's a thief. He's good at escaping. Maybe don't examine that panel. I'm thinking don't. Surely with 16 tries, we'll get in eventually. Fella, stop rolling twos. You're gonna get killed. Pachisi. Alright, can't cheese it. I know it's a Pachisi board, but I can't cheese it that much. Hey, there you go, guys. Now I'll have to spend 5 times as long trying to get all the shops and treasure items out of the board. And that was super cheaty, like holy smokes. I have no idea how long this Pachisi board would take to do legitimately. Like, that is nuts. You've got the mystery bolero. That's kind of neat. So that's some new armor. And a goddess ring. Okay. I'm gonna have to look up exactly what these do. The goddess ring, I'm pretty sure regenerates MP as you walk. And the mystery bolero, although it has lower defense, it lowers the cost of spells in battle. Like the mystery hat in Dragon Quest II. And some other of them. So unfortunately, neither of these really help with the boss dragon. But it's certainly nice to be able to regenerate MP by walking. That's great if you're grinding. And the fact that I did pick up an extra Wrecking Flail, that was really awesome too. So there's clearly some good stuff in here. I'm just going to check both teleporters in case they take us to different places. That just took us to the beginning. Let me just see if there's, no treasure chests. See, I was told that there is a meteor bracer in here somewhere. Not on the track. And I would like to get a second meteor bracer if possible, but... Anyway, I think that we're going to call that an episode. There's lots to do. Because I lost some HP, right? Come on, Blue. 5's good enough. But yeah, so anyway, I guess we'll end the episode here, and I'll give Fella back a fresh, brand new Wrecking Flail. So now both of us have awesome Wrecking Flails. To be fair, that's one strike against changing him to a warrior, because I was thinking a warrior would be able to equip a stronger main hand weapon than Fella's Beast Claws. But now I've got a spare of the a spare of the best weapon, so at least as far as I know, it's the strongest weapon. Wow, my luck has failed me now. 33% of the time, it works every time. Oh, and strength. Strength we've been giving to Fella, actually, because I'm already capped out now. Now, if I was planning on changing his class, you'd want to save up seeds so you can use them after they promote, because when you do reclass, you lose half your stats, so... Anyway, none of the other items we found are going to be that special. Well, the power belt, 15 attack power, that's not bad. I think that's the same attack bonus that the... No, it's lying, because that's actually our stamina stat. That is not our actually attack stat, because I should be at like 400 or something. Anyway, so stamina doesn't really matter, not from an item. Holly's the kind of person that would probably want the Goddess Ring, if I ever needed to restore MP on her. And the Mystery Bolero... Does it count? I guess it counts as like as body armor? Yeah, so I mean, that's a tough sell. You'd be losing out on your breath and magic protection to cast spells for cheaper. Cheaper spells is great. I practiced that in the end of Dragon Quest II if you watched quite a lot. and it was really nice being able to spam the expensive spells, and we've got even stronger spells in this game. And I do run out of MP during the boss fight, but I kind of think having status protection is the best. I'm also relatively sure there's another light dress in here somewhere, so I'm hoping to get a second light dress so that Holly has better armor overall. And maybe another starry ring / meteor bracer. Anyway, I'll do that off camera, and I'll check out the shop, the weapon shop or item shop and all that, and I'll let you know next episode as we go for one final or two final Grand Dragon boss fights. Man, this is gonna be rough. Anyway, thanks for watching as always. I hope you have enjoyed some of our finale, and I'll see you next time for an even more final boss fight.